Good afternoon. There's a traditional welcome that principals of our high school give at the beginning of every speech. We usually start by saying, hello, my name is Matt Alloway, and I am the proud principal of Upper Darby High School. We say that at the beginning of every speech, whether it's a public presentation or an honors assembly or a commencement address. And for the audience, it might sound like the first time they're hearing someone introduce themselves as the proud principal, but for the person on this side of the podium, it starts to feel a little rehearsed, and you don't want it to be insincere. This afternoon, I have the honor of welcoming you all to our Performing Arts Center for the introduction of our Wall of Fame inductees. Outside of maybe last year's graduation ceremony, this speech and this day is the moment that I have been the most proud to introduce. The Wall of Fame started at Upper Darby High School just about the same time as I was starting on the planet Earth. And in that time, I was able to grow, attending Stonehurst Hills Elementary School, Hillcrest, Drexel Hill Middle School, and graduating from Upper Darby High School. The experiences that I had as a kid in this community helped to equip me for college and to pursue a career in public education, working at Garrettford Elementary School, Beverly Hills Middle School, Bywood Elementary School, Drexel Hill Middle School again, and of course, here in Upper Darby. During that same time that I was growing, the Wall of Fame blossomed from a single honoree as a part of a college project working here in student teaching to a collection of the most influential people who can claim Upper Darby High School as a part of their life's journey. On the wall that you walk past outside of our meeting room are the biographies of musicians who many of us grew up listening to, authors who we read, actors who have entertained us, inventors who have shaped our lives in the world. There are doctors who have saved people, teachers who have inspired generations of graduates, public figures who have contributed to the development of the roads and the towns that we grew up in, and also of the laws under which we live. And then there are those who have not yet been inducted, which brings me to all of you. Just as I felt and still feel that Upper Darby School District properly equipped me to follow my passions and make a lasting impact on our world, so too did our high school prepare today's honorees to be included among the very brightest stars to have walked these halls. I am proud, and it is a privilege, to include our current students here in today's audience, as one of them will undoubtedly surprise themselves someday, maybe not surprise to their family, and find an invitation in their mail bringing them back to our campus to sit front and center as we recognize their accomplishments. Today, I'm the proud principal of Upper Darby High School, and I'm honored to be in the position to welcome all of you and to bring to the stage Mrs. Laura Fitty, the co-chair of our Wall of Fame Selection Committee. Mrs. Fitty?
My name is Laura Fitty. I'm also a proud alumni of Upper Darby High School. I'd like to welcome our board president, Mr. Ed Brown, who has come to honor a new group of inductees to our Wall of Fame. We'd also like to thank our central administration staff for their support today, including Dr. Dana McGarry, superintendent, Dr. John Council, assistant superintendent, Dr. Christine Kelly, Director of Curriculum, Dr. Kelly Simone, Director of Secondary Education, Dr. Greg Manfrey, Director of Elementary Education, Ms. Aranda Buford, Director of Communications, and Dr. Brian Ursone, Director of Pupil Services. I would like to thank the Wall of Fame Selection Committee sitting in the front row, including Dr. Alloway, class of '96, Steve Bell, class of '74 and former guidance counselor, Bev Rohr, class of '48 and Wall of Fame member, Jen Sullenberger, counselor, class of '90, and Debbie Beck, former Home and School president, and Dave Cupsey, class of 91 and current social studies teacher. He has been very supportive in this process. All right, we welcome friends, family, and alumni, as well as former teachers, and even we have a former Wall of Fame member in our audience today. For our current students, we hope you are inspired by the determination and success of our inductees and their impact on the world. In your programs, please find the biographies of our inductees, as well as a QR code to visit our website with past winners. And now, I would like to introduce Miss Nelson and the string ensemble for a selection.
Good afternoon, Upper Darby. Upper Darby High School salutes Mr. John Edward Jack Olsen, class of 1942, and we proudly induct him into our Wall of Fame. Jack attended Highland Park Elementary, and later on at Upper Darby High School, Jack participated in bowling and table tennis while in our college preparatory program. After high school, Jack studied engineering at the University of Pennsylvania. He then served in World War II before moving to California and points west and north to pursue a writing career. Jack served as a senior editor-in-chief for the Chicago Sun-Times. He was also the Midwest bureau chief for Time magazine and a senior editor for Sports Illustrated. Jack made quite a mark at Sports Illustrated. Jack, as a writer, sought out the emotional and social conscience side of sport. In 1968, a very tumultuous year, he further shook the athletic establishment with a series about black athletes and the discrimination they faced in professional and college sports. In addition, Olsen's work has been published in Vanity Fair, People, Paris Match, Reader's Digest, among others. His magazine journalism appears in 13 anthologies and has won him numerous awards. Jack is also the author of 33 books, selling over 33 million copies worldwide, published in 15 countries and 11 languages. Jack examined the intersection of law and politics in his early works. Many of Olsen's most popular works investigated the life histories of violent career criminals. He was described as the dean of true crime authors, crime journalism, if you will, by the Washington Post and the New York Daily News. His studies of crime are required reading in university criminology courses and programs, and has been cited in the New York Times Notable Books of the Year, no small feat. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Jack Olsen. Unfortunately, Jack passed away in 2002. Members of his family are here with us today, and his nephew, Mr. Dan Drexage, will speak on his behalf. We proudly induct Mr. Jack Olsen.
Well, actually, despite my apparent youth, I'm Jack's cousin, not his nephew, but thank you. My name's Dan Drexage, and I'd like to thank Upper Darby High School for honoring my cousin, Jack Olsen, class of 1942, with induction into the Upper Darby High School Wall of Fame. A special thank you to Tom Hickey, Upper Darby High, class of 1998, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, for alerting me to the Wall of Fame's existence and encouraging me to nominate my cousin, Jack. While Jack made his most visible mark in the genre of true crime, or crime journalism as he preferred to call it, his journalism and nonfiction books covered many other topics as well. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, Jack's parents, like so many, found it difficult to provide for their family. So young Jack was sent to live with our grandmother in Jersey City, New Jersey, staying with her for about 9 months in the year 1935. I'd like to share with you this excerpt from The Pitcher's Kid, Jack's memoir. In this passage, Nanny is our grandmother, Caroline Zavodsky. The Boylans are my mother's parents, son Bob is my father, and Helen is my mother. The Pitcher's Kid. Around bedtime, I was reading a comic book in the kitchen when she said, "I dare say Mrs. O'Burl could spare us a dime for some poppy seed rolls." My heart leaped, but then I realized that Horn and Hardart was closed. "It's too late," I whined. "I meant in the morning, Jack." After another long pause, she said, "Come here, Jackala." I didn't know where she came up with the nickname, but it sounded friendly. She scribbled something on a piece of paper. "Here," she said, "take this to the Boylans. Mr. and Mrs. John Boylan, locally pronounced Berlin, were Nanny's lifelong friends and the parents of her son Bob's fiancée, Helen. They lived a few blocks away in a Princeton Avenue row house backed up against the Jersey Central's main line. Mr. Boylan had infinite patience with inquisitive boys. I'd met him when I was 5 and thought of him as a favorite uncle. Now he was standing on his tiny porch reading Nan's note. I got no food for the boy. He went inside and came back with a half loaf of bread. I pressed the package against my side and ran for Lembeck Avenue. All the way home, I tasted toast covered with lard and cinnamon. I hoped Nanny gave me seconds. The rain fell in fat, cold drops, more persistent than before. Here, I told Nan. I was completely out of breath. She opened the wrapping on the kitchen table while I dried out by the oven. Mother of God, she said. 2 slices lay on the oilcloth. The others must have slipped out as I ran. There was no point in retracing my steps. By now, the bread would be beyond eating, even by a hungry kid who'd once dined on dog food. My grandmother spread lard on one slice, handed it to me, and said, "We'll save the heel for breakfast." Thank you again for honoring my cousin, and any burgeoning or budding writers out there, no matter what discouragement you face, please keep on writing. Thank you.
Upper Darby salutes Miss Maryellen Brown, class of 1972, and proudly inducts her into the Wall of Fame. Maryellen attended Garriford Elementary and Drexel Hill Junior High School before Upper Darby. At UDHS, Maryellen participated in the concert choir, played field hockey, lacrosse, and shot on the rifle team. Yes, we had a rifle team. Maryellen also began helping special education students, inspiring a career in education. Maryellen received her teaching certificate in elementary and special education at Lock Haven University, where she also began her volunteer work for the Special Olympics. She taught at Susquehanna High School for 40 years and still substitutes there today. She's coached multiple sports at all levels within the school district and was recently inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame. In addition to coaching at school, Maryellen continued her volunteer work for the Special Olympics for 52 years, filling many roles, including certified coach and trainer for volleyball, floor hockey, long distance running, and track and field. Currently, she is the Pennsylvania Sport Director for volleyball, and Maryellen has coached teams in volleyball and athletics at both the national and world level for the Special Olympic Games. Maryellen has received numerous awards for her volunteerism. In 2009, Maryellen was named PA Volunteer of the Year, Area M Coach of the Year, and was inducted to the Pennsylvania Special Olympics Hall of Fame. She also received the Annette Lynch Lifetime Achievement Award from the Special Olympics North America in 2022. This award recognizes her dedication, impact, and leadership to the athletes of the Special Olympics in Pennsylvania. Please join me in congratulating Miss Maryellen Brown.
Over to be inducted. Well, good afternoon, and I am a proud graduate of the Upper Darby High School. And I'm truly humbled to be among those in the Wall of Fame class of 2023 of the Upper Darby School District today. I will cherish this moment for the rest of my life. So, for me, this afternoon is about faith, family, with the hope to inspire others, which of course are you. It is a privilege to stand among these other inductees. I especially want to take the moment to thank my cousins, Mary Ann Sullivan and Debbie Bradley, and Carol Pizenza Federoff, who nominated me. I am surrounded by the people who have helped me and continue to help me fulfill my dreams, have encouraged me across time, but most of all have allowed me to be me. My mother and father, especially my mother, always allowed me to work hard and follow my heart, keep my faith, and care for others. My career as a coach, both in Special Olympics and in regular education, and as a special educator for 40 years, have allowed me to touch the lives of many people, hopefully leaving a little bit of wisdom, hope, love, and encouragement with them along the way. I would not be standing here tonight without the support of family, my community, my Upper Darby High School graduates from the class of 72 who are here to support me today, and my other educational colleagues. All of them have opened many doors for me to explore, grow, and serve, and care for others. Family, friends, community, and my faith in God are my reasons for all my successes. We were asked to leave some words of wisdom for all of you that are here today, and that are now the youth of the future. I'd like to share this. A year ago, I listened to a speech by Bryant Young of the San Francisco 49ers, who stated an important concept from the writer and author Brooks. He said something I feel is important for everyone to hear. We are all a part of a big root system. Each of us needs to cultivate that root system. We grow through that cultivation. Each root provides strength, opens the doors of opportunity, and compassion through love and caring. The cultivation of that system is going to allow you to succeed. To parallel that, you've also heard the phrase, "It takes a village." Well, the people who surround all of us and all of you and support you are your village. And as you continue to grow and follow your dreams, that village will grow through your life. In closing, I would like to thank the committee for this honor this afternoon. Thank you all for being here to recognize us. And one more thing, never give up on yourself or your dreams, and please take time to remind someone each day to laugh, to think, to smile every day, because you can make the difference in someone's life. Thank you for this honor.
Hi, my name is Carol Federoff. I am a graduate of the class of '72 and have known Maryellen since middle school, or junior high as it was called then. On behalf of the class of Upper Darby 1972, we would like to give a $500 scholarship to Upper Darby High School in Maryellen Brown's name and in her honor for a student that has spent time working with Special Olympics or that has worked with special needs children. And I gave the check already to Laura. So congratulations, Maryellen. We're very proud of you.
Upper Darby High School salutes Regina DiCiurcio Widdows, class of 1982, and proudly inducts her into the Wall of Fame. Regina attended Highland Park Elementary School and Beverly Hills Junior High School before walking these halls of Upper Darby High School. After graduation, Regina went on to study at Temple University, where she earned her degree in psychology. She continued her academic studies at Westchester University, where she received a master's in clinical psychology. Regina has held executive positions in healthcare throughout Pennsylvania, as well as large national health systems. She and a lifelong friend from her days at Beverly Hills and Upper Darby, and now fellow inductee, Dr. Michelle Stout Marcolongo, co-founded Invisalert Solutions Incorporated. Invisalert is a nationwide company focused on patient safety in psychiatric settings. Regina served as the chief clinical officer at Invisalert and was responsible for the development of their management software and its implementation within hospital units. Over the last 9 years, Invisalert has partnered with over 300 health providers across 40 states and is recognized as a pioneer in developing healthcare products that improve lives and enhance compliance and patient safety in hospital settings. Regina is currently the CEO of Serve Behavioral Health System Incorporated. Serve provides crisis residential and outpatient care to children, adolescents, and adults with significant mental health and/or intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout the 11 counties in New Jersey. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Regina DiCiurcio Widdows.
Thank you and good afternoon. My brief message is to the students sitting in this auditorium today, and it is to be on the lookout for opportunities. Many students here today may be dealing with parents who are addicted to drugs and alcohol, families that have no money, and kitchens that have no food. I was in the same situation while I attended Upper Darby High School. I was not an A student, and I struggled to manage every aspect of high school. In fact, when I applied to attend Penn State, given my high school grades and SAT scores, it was projected that I would have less than a 1% chance of earning a high GPA in college. My brother, Nick DiCiurcio, who is here today, and I had virtually no support from home and certainly not the best academic performance. Yet, we had the courage to try new things and did not let our rough start define our future as we forged our own path in life. While I was at Upper Darby, I enjoyed studying psychology and ultimately chose the mental health field as my profession. I graduated from Temple University and ultimately received my master's in clinical psychology. I currently am the CEO of a large behavioral health organization in New Jersey. At age 45, I took a big gamble. And the gamble was on an idea that would keep psychiatric patients safer while they were hospitalized. I partnered with Dr. Michelle Marcolongo, also from the class of 1982, and we started a company. Michelle and I made many, many mistakes and had many setbacks along the way. In fact, it took us 9 years to build this company. Today, Michelle and I are proud that this company serves hundreds of hospitals throughout the United States and helps keep thousands of patients safe on the units every single day. In closing, please be open to the opportunities that come your way. And despite any current setbacks that you might be having or experiencing, success is in your grasp and in your future. Thank you so very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Mayerzak, and I'm the former instrumental music director at Upper Darby High School and the current music director at Drexel Hill Middle School. It is my absolute pleasure to be here today to help induct Mr. Immanuel Wilkins, class of 2015, into the Upper Darby Wall of Fame. Immanuel attended Highland Park Elementary School, Beverly Hills Middle School, and Upper Darby High School. Immanuel excelled on the saxophone from an early age while under the instruction of the great Brad Shaner and in middle school Dr. Tim Blessington. While in high school, he was selected to attend the Grammy Camp twice, a prestigious honor given to a very small amount of student musicians across the country. As the director of the Upper Darby High School Band and Jazz Band, I was blessed to be able to work with Immanuel during this time. What struck me about him most was not only his incredible musicianship, but his humbleness and willingness to help others. I can distinctly remember Immanuel giving many high fives and fist bumps to other students as they would take a solo or give suggestions to them on how to improve their playing. He was an absolute pleasure to teach. After Upper Darby High School, Immanuel attended the Juilliard School in New York City and formed his quartet. In 2020, they released their Blue Note recording debut, Omega, which was named the best new jazz release of 2020 by the New York Times, the best debut jazz album by NPR, and was nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Best Jazz Recording of 2020. Immanuel also won the prestigious Letter One Rising Stars Award. Immanuel has continued to grow as a band leader, composer, arranger, and artist. His sophomore album, The Seventh Hand, was released in 2022 and topped numerous year-end lists, including Jazzwise, NPR, The New York Times, The Financial Times, and Jazz Times. In 2023, the Wilkins Quartet toured extensively throughout the U.S., Canada, and Europe. Immanuel was awarded with 3 Downbeat Critics' Polls Awards: Best Alto Saxophonist, Best Rising Star Composer, and Best Rising Star Group. It is my absolute pleasure today, and please join me in congratulating Mr. Immanuel Wilkins and welcoming him into the Upper Darby Wall of Fame.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thanks. I will not be before you long. Let me see. I'm reading off my phone. I should have printed it out. I'm so okay, yes, my name's Immanuel Wilkins. First I want to thank Upper Darby School District for this honor. I remember passing by these walls to practice, to go home every day, to hang out with friends and stuff. So it's, it's really remarkable to be back here and be before you guys today. Thank you. Let me see. I think first I wrote down a thank you list. First, all gratitude goes to God for giving me this gift. I know my mama literally would get so mad at me if I didn't say. She'd be like, "You didn't thank Jesus for." I also wanted to call on some soulful brothers and sisters who I owe a lot of gratitude towards: Chris Bivens, Brandon Coakley, Sherelle Donatian, Nyla Toole, Sam Thomas, Jen Engling, Candace Wharton, Kelly McCoy, Henry Turf, Lydia Turf, Victoria Denikin, Patrice Sweeney, Milka Mengesha. These were all folk I either played with directly or indirectly, just in kind of contributing to the overall atmosphere of the band room. I guess, this award is really humbling for me, partly because I think there's also so many other people who I went to school with that are also deserving of being up here with me as well. And people I owe a lot of gratitude towards. One is here with me today. Yasay Ali is right over there. Please give a round of applause to Yasay Ali. I think, Yasay is an amazing saxophonist and also quite literally a reason why I play music today. We started playing in the elementary school band together, and you were the reason I started going to the Clef Club. So that's a big reason why I even play. So I thank you. Also, I just want to shout out Ben St. Fort, who is another maybe amazing producer. Me and Mr. Mayerzak were just talking about him. And he's probably, I guess, the most prolific music producer of my generation. I would say so. And we were talking about the fact that maybe when I was in school, it felt like an art school in a way. It was really like a bustling music program at that time. So I also, I was thinking about it. I was looking at the wall, and I do believe that I might be the first or only black male to be inducted into the wall. And I'm thankful for that. Thank you. And that is to also say that maybe there's a host of other brown and black people who have maybe been overlooked throughout the years, and so I just want to give it up for that. I think representation is maybe one step towards providing some sort of equitable, empowering environment for y'all young people, for myself, and for everyone. Also, special shout out to my pastor, Nate Goodson, and Sister Audrey up there. Hey, y'all, good to see you. Thank you. And also, I just wanted to give a big shout out to my parents, Garcia and Robin Wilkins. Thank you guys for everything. You've been so supportive. And yes, I love you all. Lastly, I want to thank the Wall of Fame committee for nominating me. Upper Darby School District has been super supportive and loving towards me and my practice. And thank you guys for listening and coming out today. Have a great night. Boop.
Okay, thank you to all of our inductees. To close it out today, we welcome our encore singers, directed by Mr. Brian Brochure, and we are all going to sing the alma mater.
What is this which morning sunlight gilds with golden beams? 'Tis our Upper Darby High School, castle of our dreams. Raise the chorus, keep it ringing loud, her praises tell. Hail to thee, beloved high school, hail to thee, all hail. Eager faces bright and joyous greet thee day by day. Hasting towards thy halls of learning, sing this joyous lay. Raise the chorus, keep it ringing, louder praises tell. Hail to thee, beloved high school, hail to thee, all hail.
Thank you once again to all of our families, honored guests, everybody who contributed to today's presentation, and to our students in attendance. Thank you to your teachers who asked to be a part of today's ceremony, and thank you for listening to all of the biographies and all of the speakers, really with such focus and attention. I'm very proud of this audience today, and I know that comes at the heels of a lot of the conversations that you have had with your teachers. Due to what we have for our time, I'll ask the teachers to dismiss first, and we'll follow you out of here. It is the weekend starting, so please follow your teachers' directions and have a great weekend.